The South Dakota House Select Committee on Investigation met again today to further consider the impeachment of Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg. The committee spent several hours listening to testimony of North Dakota Department of Criminal Investigation officers Arnie, Rumel, and Joe Arenz. Our Austin Goss sat in on those meetings again today. He has the latest tonight from the state capitol.
The committee considering the impeachment of Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg met again on Wednesday to hear from law enforcement officers about the investigation that transpired from the September 2020 accident. Rumel and Arenz were tasked with conducting the interviews and putting together the initial crash report findings. They were the ones who conducted 2 interviews with Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg, which were released last February. They also interviewed then Hyde County Sheriff Mike Volek, who told them he saw the flashlight Joe Boever was carrying the night he died.
He had seen a light illuminating in the grass right off the roadway when he was out there, but that he just thought it was part of Jason Ravnsborg's vehicle that was still illuminating.
Both DCI officers also told committee members that while they felt like Ravnsborg was generally cooperative with the investigation, he was not completely forthcoming. They also believe that Ravnsborg had a good idea of what he hit that night.
So my question is, to both of you, do you believe that the Attorney General knew that he didn't hit a deer and hit a person?
His statements that he made me believe that.
The conversation did not solely focus on Ravnsborg and his actions, but also what led Joe Boever to be out that night as well. The committee and investigators briefly went over sightings of Boever that night and prior struggles with mental illness and drug history.
But that Joe took medications for depression and anxiety, and that Joe had talked about at some point if he were to ever commit suicide, that it may be by throwing himself in front of a moving vehicle.
The committee does not have a time or date set for when their next meeting will take place, or when they intend to release more evidence despite committing to do so at earlier points in time. The committee's conduct over the course of the last 2 days has drawn the ire of the governor, whose office told the AP Wednesday that the committee was, quote, attacking the integrity of law enforcement officers.
The governor's former chief of staff was told on multiple occasions before this started that this was a House process and that they were not to intervene, interlude, or try to influence in any way this process. Again, it's our responsibility to do our job. It's in the Constitution that this is a House process, and we're going to continue to do the work that we seem necessary. We have always said we were going to be fair and that we were going to be thorough, and I think that's what you've seen here in the last couple of days.
Ravnsborg's spokesperson has yet to respond to several requests for comment. In Pierre, Austin Goss, Dakota News Now.